Welcome to the home workout series. I am Lauren Saracion Herrera, the owner of Pilates Barbell Club and developer of PBC 5x7, the original strength conditioning and Pilates system for women. In this workout series, you can do it at home. You're basically going to need the amount of space that a yoga mat takes up. Instead of dumbbells, our heavier weight are going to be gallon jugs, and you're going to want to buy Crystal Geyser, although we don't get any endorsements from them. These ones, because they have a handle, and we're going to utilize this handle much like a kettlebell and dumbbell. We're also going to be using a lighter weight with the 1.5 liter size. And if these get to be too heavy for you, go ahead and just get a can or a different type of water bottle. We're also going to use either paper plates, which you may have in your cupboard. You just need 2 of them. Or you can go ahead and buy some furniture sliders. Either way, either one is going to work. It just depends on what you would like to use. Lastly, you need the size of a yoga mat. You don't necessarily actually need a mat. All right, get ready for today's workout. Welcome to workout 15. Your lower body exercise is actually going to be a little bit of a combination of an overhead press. So you can grab either one of your water bottles. I'm going to use the gallons just because they're super fun to hold. So remember, we're going to do an underhand grip so that the water bottle will drape over your forearms. We're going to separate those feet wider than your hips, squat down, press overhead. Squat down, press overhead. So as you press overhead, watch the shape of my hand. So I'm going to go down, my arms are going to rotate so my palms face forward, and as I come down, they're going to rotate back towards each other. So there's a little bit of extra shoulder movement incorporated into this exercise. Your upper body exercise is going to be an alternating T. So we're going to leave out the push-up. So we're going to get into a plank position, separate the legs, rotate to a T, come back to your center, rotate to a T. Now, of course, if you wanted to advance it, you can go ahead and add in the push-up, but if you don't, go ahead and just stick with that alternating T. Bird dog is a traditional core activation exercise that is awesome because you're going to work all the muscles along the entire spine, plus what we usually identify as our abs. So we're going to come down onto the mat, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Now be careful that you're not letting everything go loosey-goosey, and make sure that we don't go into a Halloween cap. So we're going to find a flat line. You really kind of have to think about yourself being on a spigot, right? Like you're a pig on a spigot, and you've got a bar coming out the crown of your head and a bar coming out from your tailbone. So from here, we're going to stretch opposite set of limbs and give yourself a thumbs up because you're awesome. So you're going to stretch, swing the limbs in, press back out. Stretch, hold, and squeeze for 3 seconds. Swing in, press back out. And you can add another element by flexing that back foot and really pushing, and then come back in. So the more you stretch and the more you squeeze and the more you hold, the more you're going to activate everything in your core. And the more everything's activated in your core, the more it will turn on for everything else. So essentially, you will always, always, always be working your abs. An important element, you don't want to come up and rotate. You want to try to keep your hip bone facing the floor no matter what. Swing in, press out, stretch and hold and squeeze. Our full body combo is going to be a single leg deadlift with an isometric stretch. So this kind of incorporates the single leg deadlift work with the isometrics of the bird dog. So it's a really great, great, great exercise. You don't need any weights for it. We're going to get ourselves set up for the single leg deadlift. So we're going to put our hands on our hips, feet underneath our hips. We're going to bend over into a single leg deadlift. And then we're going to stretch. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm stretching from fingertip to toe. I'm going to come back up. And then if you want to be a little bit more advanced, go ahead and reach your arms at the same time. So I'm going to bend over, try to reach my arms at the same time, get into that position and stretch, and then come back up. So each single leg deadlift, you're gonna emphasize the stretch from toe to finger. Your final Pilates exercise is an ab exercise as well. We're gonna lay down, bring your legs up to the ceiling, turn them out. So you're squeezing your heels and you're squeezing the base of your butt together. Your hands can go behind your head if you're feeling that this is too strenuous on your back. You're gonna lower your legs down, come back up. Lower the legs down, come back up. If this is too much, go ahead and bend your knees, dip your toes in the water, come back up. Dip them down, come back up. You may see people have you prop your hands underneath you, but I don't really like that too much because it doesn't really solve the problem. It tends to just be a prop. So if you do have some discomfort in your low back, where you feel kind of like a seesaw and your back is arching every time you go up and down, it may be better for you to do a crunch so that way your abs are putting pressure into your back, giving you more support.